Good morning, market snappers. Welcome back. Bitcoin has Bitcoin been rejected at resistance? Not once, but twice, possibly. The day's not over yet, and of course, we have the trending dots up here that we're going to jump into. We will cover it all today. If you're new to the live stream, awesome, welcome. If you're returning to the live stream, even better. Good to see you back on here. The first half of the live stream, we will cover Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks, anything else that jumps out at us on the watch list. And on the second half of the live stream, we will cover your chart requests. So make sure to put in the ticker symbol, the name of the asset, whether it's crypto, stock, etc. That way, when I search for it on the live stream, we keep the live streaming. So let's jump right into it. You play Sab. I don't know what that means. Good morning, Carlos. Carlos Nerio, 1817. Is that right? Carlos Ario. Good morning. Yeah, so we'll jump right in. We'll try to keep these live streams to about an hour. So we'll cover the Bitcoin daily chart, weekly chart, the higher time frames. We've been talking about it this entire way down that we expect bounces. We expect a relief rally. And was that it? That was it. That was a 21% from wick to wick relief rally. Almost 22%. We're hoping or expecting, 25 to 30%, but as of right now, it was almost 22%, but it was a lesser drop. It was 36% versus like 52% back in 2022. So we did expect a lesser bounce. In 2022, Bitcoin bounced 45% at about the same time. So London, UK, not so sexy news. Lawrence, what's up? Welcome back. Thank you for always sharing and reposting on both apps. I appreciate it, not only on YouTube, but on X. So thank you. West Diddy, 4825 is in the house. Longtime buddy. Real buddy, not just cyber buddy, like real life buddy. Was an usher in my wedding. And if you have any mortgage needs, definitely contact West Diddy 4825. He's licensed in multiple states. So I'm no longer in the mortgage game. I've been out of the game since 2021. Gert Jan Tenhove 8417. Hello. Welcome back. Target stock if you can, please. Yep. Carlos, we'll come back to you the second half of the live stream, so stick around. But we'll cover target. So Bitcoin daily chart. Let's put on the. Before we do that, let's just take a quick look at. So the daily chart is bearish. The weekly chart is still bearish. Could have this bearish engulfing candle, but we still have today's Thursday. We still have Friday. We still have Saturday, and then the candle closes on Sunday. So still a lot of time remains on this weekly chart. But it could be a bearish engulfing candle, which could signal further downside. 2-week chart. Let's look at the 2-week chart. Yep, still bearish. Doesn't close until February 2nd. It's a newer 2-week candle, but that also could be a bearish engulfing candle. 3-week chart. Let's look at the 3-week chart. Close below the trailing dots, sell signal, buy signal, sell signal, all below the trailing dots. Close below the trailing dots, sell signal, buy signal, sell signal, buy signal, sell signal. There's a battle during the relief rally on this 45% wick to wick, 46% relief rally, right? The monthly chart, retested trailing dots on the monthly chart, closed below it, spiked above, could be closing back below it again. Retested trailing dots, battle the trailing dots, and then came back to the 200-week moving average. So never retested trailing dots in the bull run. Never retested the training dots in the bull run until. So that's where we're at right now. SMCI already had the buy signal and everything, but we could look at it. So that's the monthly chart. Let's go back to the daily chart. Let's look at the drawings. So you can see what I'm talking about on Bitcoin rejected at resistance. So you got this upward trend line. We had the sell signal. We had the close below the trend line. We had price spike above it to 90,500-ish, but close below it. Spiked above it again, and now it's currently below. So the probabilities will increase the more candle close below, and see if we get that push down, that next push down. So obviously taking out that pivot point at 88,300 or 250, whatever it is exactly. I don't even know if you can see that. If I have to squint, you're probably not seeing it. Well, there we go. Come on, Jesse. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. Close below, spike above, close below. Now we'll see if we get that push and the resumption lower, right? Keeping in mind that the trending dots are still up here at 92,700. So the trending dots could take some time to play out and drop lower. Doesn't mean it's going to wait or come back up and retest it before dropping, but it could. So if it starts dropping before that, then the trending dots will probably catch up quicker. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out in real time. Let's make the trending dots red. Oh. And pull this over here. Could be a bounce situation. It's looking like a resumption off of the trend line, but it's too early to say. And of course, closing back below this candle close here is going to increase the probabilities of taking out this pivot point, taking out this pivot point, taking out this pivot point, and then we're going to see much lower prices, assuming all that happens, right? So you could even put on, I said this is the bull's line in the sand. This is the ultimate line in the sand that we're going to see prices much lower. So like in the 70s, which we haven't seen priced in the $70,000 range since, see below 80 over here was March 2025, and before that was November 2024. So November 9th, 2024. We haven't seen price back in the 70s just for a couple brief period over here, brief period in February, March 2025, and then we be coming back all the way over here. So that's where we're at right now. Bitcoin looks like it's rejected at resistance as of right now. Doesn't mean it couldn't push back up into the trailing dots, create that lower high scenario, and then drop lower. So may just take some time. Maybe the market bosses want to trap some more bulls. Maybe. So, but the thesis remains the same. That's a bear market. The downtrend, whatever you want to call it, the correction is still in a bear market. It's still in a downtrend. Trending dots are trending downward on the weekly chart. If we come over here, we still have the longer term targets. right? Trading dots are up here at 98,000, just above, right at the bottom of target one, right at the bottom of target one, and just above that wick. So we're still watching the same chart that I laid out on October 10th. So October 10th, I laid this chart out. It's still valid. We're still watching it today. So downtrend until proven otherwise. What ticker symbol? Maybe. What ticker symbol? All right, so let's get back off of. So that's chart. We're still thinking that, whether it's this week, the end of January, beginning of February, middle of February, or into middle of late March, that price breaks below target longer term target 2, which would be below right around $80,000 Bitcoin, and then come down and hit target 3, which would be near $71,000 Bitcoin, maybe by April, maybe sooner, maybe faster, maybe quicker, and then come all the way down and retest the 200-week moving average. So possibly before May, possibly. And then, of course, if Bitcoin were to hit similar targets to 2022, we would hit target 4 and we would hit target 5. If then. But the main thesis is still retest the 200-week moving average, and then we'll see how it plays out or continues to play out after that. So that's about it there. Let's get off of log. Let's get off of the weekly chart, the 3-week chart. Let's get off of hiking up. Let's get off the 3-week chart. Let's go back to the daily chart. Hit target, longer term target 2. Got a relief rally, not as high as what many hope for. Many hope for $100,000 Bitcoin. There was comments that they're hoping for $110,000 Bitcoin. And I was talking about back here in October that it's probably the last time you're going to be able to sell your Bitcoin at $110,000 for a very long time, right? Whether that's 2 years or whatever the case may be, but 2 years would be a very long time not to be able to sell your Bitcoin for $110,000, which most likely would be the next bull run, assuming we get one, right? Assuming we get a bull run, the next bull run. So that's pretty much it there. Bitcoin futures, Bitcoin versus gold continues to be bearish. First time in history, the 200-week moving average is downward sloping. That's not a good sign. First time ever. It's not Bitcoin versus the dollar, it's Bitcoin versus gold. So, but the 200-week moving average came on Bitcoin versus gold back in 2014 on this chart. And it's the first time in 12 years, almost 12 years, that it's downward sloping. That's not a bullish sign. It's bearish on the weekly chart. It's bearish on the 3-week chart. It's bearish on the monthly chart. And now the 200-week moving average is downward sloping. So it was bearish below the 200-week moving average over here in 2022, bullish divergence, and broke out to the upside. Could that happen again? Sure. But it wasn't downward sloping last time. It was upward sloping. So that's something to pay attention to. We talked about it back over here on Cardano. right? We talked about it that it started going downward sloping, and so our thought process started to switch that we would not be hitting higher targets. We would not be making a new all-time high once that was started to be a downward slope, and we talked about it and we covered it. It's still downward sloping. Um, could it come back up and retest it? Could it come back up and retest train dots? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's downward sloping as of right now, and that is not a great sign. And Cardano has not made a new all-time high since August 2021. So there's never a guarantee. August 2021, it hasn't even had like a 50% retracement, right? $3.10, 22 cents, right? It hasn't even had a 50% retracement, let alone a full retracement and or make new all-time highs. So since that all-time high, what happened? Since the all-time high, it's been 1,603 days. So it's never a guarantee, right? That's reason number 958 why I don't hodl. This is why I prefer to swing trade. Whether you're swing trading the 4-hour chart, the daily chart, the weekly chart, or even a higher time frame. Say you're more of I'm more of an investor. Well, you could still swing trade it as an investor, right? Where an investor is just a long-term swing trader, right? But if you're a hodler, that's different. That means you're holding no matter what, like you think it's a savings account. And, if you're holding Cardano as like a savings account for the last 1,600 days, you're losing money against inflation, the dollar value, right? So this is Cardano against the dollar, and you're losing money because inflation keeps increasing. So the value of the dollar goes down, and your asset is going down worse than the dollar, right? So choose correctly. Uh, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to the altcoins. So let's get back over on the daily chart. Still bearish as of right now on the daily chart. Let's flip over to Ethereum. Broke down a similar trend line back below target 1. So trending dots are starting to flip red on Ethereum. Bitcoin has not yet, but probably on the next one. Oh, you do, Carlos? Nice. Yeah. When I posted that, Bitcoin was at $110,000, and I think it still bounced around for like a week or two. So you had like a week or two. It's not like it was 105,000 the next day. It might have, yeah. And then, from that post, I think you still could have gotten out at $110,000 back then. So obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way. But that's cool that you saw that, and then you are sitting in cash or something, or you got into another trade. Good morning, Dark Rider 9132. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So that's Ethereum. Similar thoughts. Weekly chart still bearish. 2-week chart still below the train dots, still bearish. 3-week chart. I'm assuming you say stream. STREAM. Yeah, stream, right? I don't find the stream. There's 2 places on X that you can find the stream. on my account and then on Market Sniper Pro too. I'm streaming all of them at the same time. So if you came over here and you can see Market Sniper Pro is live streaming, right? You can see live on X. We're live streaming both of them at the same time. Or you can go over to Jesse live stream, Bitcoin rejected resistance. So both of them, right? So we're on both live streams for X. Yep. Yep. I figured. It looked like a live stream. Yep. So yeah, no, I'm live streaming both at the same time. What else? So Ethereum 3-week chart, monthly chart doesn't look great. Right? Still bearish on the daily chart. XRP weekly chart, still bearish on the weekly chart. Retested the train dots. Yep. Not much has changed. We've been covering this every single day for a long time. Chainlink, another one that hasn't made a new all-time high, back below the 200-week moving average. Downward sloping 200-week moving average. Had a much better bounce than Cardano. Problem, or at least a retracement of May 2021. But was it a better bounce? 548% wick to wick. And then Cardano had wick to wick 470% bounce. So on the chart, it looks like it was a higher bounce compared to the retracement. Percentage wise, wick to wick, it was also a larger bounce. But downward sloping 200-week moving average, we've been talking about that. It's not bullish. That's not a bullish setup. Difference is upward sloping. You got the weekly chart flipping bullish, regaining the 200-week moving average as bullish. Coming back to retest the 200-week moving average is not bullish. Ivan the Great, what's up? Good morning. Can you take a look at Baidu? Yes. We'll take a look at all of them. So let's keep going because it seems like we got at least 3 requests. So let's keep going over here. So that's pretty much the altcoins that we're going to look at. XLM, Near, Bitcoin dominance. MicroStrategy is still bearish on the weekly chart. Got very close. Still the canary in the coal mine, right? Still the canary in the coal mine. And the thesis was all the way up here, $500 something when I was pointing out is the top end. That we're going to come back and retest the 200-week moving average. And in hindsight, that thesis is very, very basically hit the 200, but will, right? So down 67% wick to wick so far, but it's in a downtrend. So that's MicroStrategy. Could you see an epic bounce? Sure, you could. Expect bounces along the way, but to go make a new all-time high, it's not going to happen. NASDAQ had a sell signal, quickly reversed back around, has filled that gap. So that gap has been filled. It filled it yesterday, but it had gap down over here at about 25,670-ish, and it has filled that gap, and it's still below the train dots. So the pending buy signal below it. SP 500, similar thoughts, just filled that gap. Filled it at 6,961 ish. So that gap's been filled as well. See if it puts in another lower high and then continues downward after that. It's hard to kill a bull. It's hard to kill a bull. Gold continues its move higher. This would be the highest daily candle close ever. This would be the highest weekly close ever. This would be the highest 2-week close ever. This would be the highest 3-week close ever. This would be the highest monthly close ever, right? So 5,000's right around the corner. Silver, similar thoughts. This could be the highest daily close of, I'm not going to do all of them again, just like gold, but it could be the highest daily close ever, and so on and so on. The dollar is breaking back down, but it seems like it's somewhere in between a lower high or a higher low. So it's just kind of, continues to go through this bottoming phase. One target's been hit so far. So will another higher low be created? Maybe. Maybe. If so, then price will come back up in target one. Once you start closing back above target one, the higher probabilities start to increase of hitting target two. What else? Got rejected at the 200-week moving average. Downward sloping 200-week moving average since October 2024. Coin dropping down. Uranium, palladium, platinum. Let's see. Let's switch over to the Magnificent Seven. SMCI. So, what is it? Who asked about SMCI? Yeah, I already had bullish divergence on there. We talked about the buy signal, came back, almost retested the trailing dots, and then started pushing back up. So kind of missed the bounce play already, right? It's already bounced. So the breakout was back here, right? Just breaking out there. You see it's bounced 10% already, currently up 8%, right? So target one. Yeah, we already covered this on the live streams, and we talked about the bullish divergence, the buy signal, breakout of the downward trend line. Price came back to like $30 and then pushed up higher after that. So those targets are still valid, but SMCI already broke out. Target, we'll cover target, but we'll come back to it. I was just happy to be on SMCI already, so not to keep jumping around too much. But Tesla trying to get back up into this upward trend line. Battle. You have the train dots up here, so see if it wants to retest the train dots. Amazon, Microsoft was getting oversold, as we talked about. What else? Russell making new all-time highs. Dow Jones near all-time highs. Apple looks like it's getting oversold on the daily chart. Could remain oversold. It's kind of letting the trending dots catch up right now. Nvidia, Dow Jones Transportation making new all-time highs. QQQ. PLTR. And that's about it. Still oversold on Netflix. Can remain oversold. And that's about it. Lemonade. Breaking news. Lemonade has hit 3 out of 4 longer term targets so far. So it was a downward sloping 200-week moving average. Retested it, and then started to push back up. So once it started to push back up and it was back above the trailing dots with a buy signal, you can see price continue to go higher, and now the lagging 200-week moving average is trending back upwards. So, uh, like I said, it's possible that price takes off to the upside, which would then bring the 200-week moving average back up higher. It's just a caution that, hey, the 200-week moving average is downward sloping, so we're not expecting new all-time highs anytime in the near future, right? So even if it was back over here, it still came back for another 147 days, came back out 189 days, and then started to make its move, you know, what, 6 months later after hitting target 1, started to make its move, and here we are, you know, now hitting target 2, 3, 4 with the upward sloping 200-week moving average seems a lot more probable. And, you know, at some point it's going to come back and retest it. But when, we don't know. Could be a long time. You can see that the 200-week moving average wasn't retested for a very long time to the downside. So could be the same is true for the upside. In phase energy, this is a weekly chart. Is this the bottom? Maybe. There's bullish divergence going all the way back. The 200-week moving average is at $132. So this one's been on the sniper setup watch list, and the daily chart is ultra bullish. So the weekly chart is bullish, pending a buy signal. The daily chart is ultra bullish. Seems like a larger bounce could be happening, right? Let's take a look at the 2-week chart. No buy signal yet. No pending buy signal yet. There is bullish divergence getting picked up on the 2-week chart as well. And you could go all the way back to here, right? So there's bullish divergence going all the way back, which at the very least seems like it could be a nice bounce, right? Could be a nice bounce from even from this retracement. Like if you're super bearish on in phase energy, at least seems like a retracement from here, you know, would give you like targets, eyeball tests would be like that. And you got the 200-week moving average still trending downward. So there's a lot of work to do to make this thing really bullish. And if you're picking bottoms, right, it's getting closer and closer and closer. And so, but it could take a while to unfold, right? I mean, it could take a long time, but right now it's ultra bullish on the daily chart and it's bullish on the weekly chart, pending buy signal. And then it's flipping on the 2 week chart, bullish divergence, everything I just talked about on a phase. Mhm. Found this one on a screener. Let's see. But it was on cross up and it was over here. Bullish divergence. May not show up now, but it showed up previously. Let's take a look at these two. So 2 results out of like over 8,000 assets. Getting hyper focused over on the screener. Bum, 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 bum. So over here on the sniper portal, if you wanted to come over to here, right? You got all the features, you got all the plans. I've never taken $1 of affiliate money, so we do plug our own tools from time to time. We don't spend a lot of time on it, but we always spend a couple minutes on it. You got the bot suite over here. You got the setups. You got the coaching, 78 plus videos, like 70 plus hours. The screener, which I'm on right now, the dashboard, liquidity, news alerts, all that stuff. And we just rolled out the Market Sniper community too, right? I believe so. I'm pretty sure. Haven't even looked. Uh, we've been beta testing it on the admin, so I always forget. So, anyways, finding setups like this, bullish or bearish, depending on which way you're setting it up, and you could scroll through the 2 scenarios, right? You got the bullish divergence. So this maps it out for you. I didn't draw these trend lines. I didn't draw the bullish divergence. I didn't color these candles. It's all built in to the code, right? So this screener is all built in. And for example, looks like it could bounce to at least the 20-week moving average, right? Uh, could break out much higher than that, but it's just an example. And then, of course, you can push it over to TradingView from the actual screener, and then you can get a better idea of it from there. But it's all included. And then if you close out of here, Sniper Assist coming soon. Analyze the chart with AI. We don't have that yet. I mean, we have it. We haven't rolled it out yet. We're still testing it, still testing it, still testing it. So it's been trained on all the coaching videos. It's been trained on the algorithms. It's been trained on 7,500 plus posts in the Discord. You name it. It's all been trained on that. So it's giving this entire setup, but we don't have it yet. What else? Okay, so we haven't rolled out the community yet. Coming soon. Community is coming soon. It's all built in. It's all built in. So we're gonna keep the Discord for now too, because you can do more stuff on the Discord for now. But eventually, we won't even need the Discord, and it's gonna be awesome. We can just be all one spot. And the main reason for doing that, the main reason for coming up with the community, the online community, without the Discord, is that there's imposters and scammers on the Discord who copy my profile, and then they message you to try to sell you services. And I've talked about it and I posted it on announcements to beware, beware, beware. This would basically eliminate all that. So we're working on it. We're working on it. What else? So this is a screener. Like I said, setups, intelligence coming soon. We have it. We just haven't rolled it out. News, coaching, right? All the videos we train the AI on, all that stuff. Liquidity. You go to the ETF inflow. And these are the worst that they're ever going to be, right? They're the worst that they're ever going to be. We have big plans to improve every single one of these. We rolled out all the beta testing, give a glimpse of how it's all going to work out, and I've got a lot of big ideas. And shout out to Alex helping me implement all these crazy ideas, right? So it's the worst that they're all going to ever be. So we're going to continue to get better and better and better. And eventually it's not going to be $49. There's no way it's going to remain $49. So I've been saying that all through December. I'll know. You'll feel that urgency. I'm like, oh, we're definitely going to be increasing that. There's no way. There's no way. So let's finish up the remaining chart requests. Let's see. Did I miss any? Oh, target. Okay. Target. Got it. Path. Still battling. Target. There it is. So, I mean, it's bullish on the daily chart, right? This is a big drop down and it's getting a retracement of that. You can see it took out this pivot point, so it made a higher high. So it seems like it's going through a bottoming phase, but it's bullish on the daily chart. It's bullish on the weekly chart. Severely downward sloping 200-week moving average doesn't look or feel great, right? Is this the bottom from November 2025? Maybe. There's a buy signal on the 2-week chart. The trailing dots are still down here at $94. So it doesn't mean it couldn't come back for a retest. But it looks like it's trying to flip around at least to get a retest of the 200-week moving average. As you can see over here, 3-week chart was starting to flip around, came back for a retest of the 200-week moving average, which has been since March 2024, nearly 2 years since the retest. But it's been in a bear market for a very long time. 1,500 days, right? It's been a bear market for 1,500 days. 3-week chart, you can see some divergence on the 3-week chart. Monthly chart, it's flipping around. Just got rejected. But you start flipping around it. That's a good positive sign. All with the caution of the 200-week moving average. So right now, it's currently bullish on the daily chart and seems like it wants to retest the 200. But it still remains a caution. Like this buy signal would have been a caution because of the higher time frames. And then the higher time frames start to flip back around, right? Starts to flip back around and puts in higher highs and higher lows and maybe continues that path, right? Maybe something like that. I mean, not like this. But as the higher time frames, it'd probably be more dramatic. Who knows? Probably be more difficult, but overall, while the higher time frames are flipping around, the daily chart would be swinging bullish and bearish, right? So it could take time to unfold. What else? Mhm. Baidu. Okay. Oh, let's get over on nope. Baidu. I'm not sure if you're the one that had me look at Baidu, but this was a breakout buy signal, ran up, consolidated, another buy signal, and it's getting overbought on the daily chart again, but could remain overbought, right? So it's bullish. It's ultra bullish on the daily chart. It's ultra bullish on the weekly chart. It's flipped the 200-week moving average. The 200-week moving average looks like it could start to curl up. Let's see. Yeah, the 200-week moving average is starting to curl up on a weekly basis. So that's a positive. 2-week chart is ultra bullish. Three-week chart is bullish. Monthly chart is bullish. So looks like it's going higher. And I had drawn these longer term targets out. And of course, if it flips this target from resistance into support, then you could see much higher prices. But it's bullish on the time frames. Now, it means it's buy the dip season. So do you want to chase a daily chart that's already ultra bullish, or are you waiting for a consolidation like this, right? So are you chasing up here, or are you looking for the breakout? Chasing or waiting and expecting a pullback, right? So this was a nice pullback, 27% pullback, almost 28%, and then consolidated for what, 30 to 45 days before the breakout, 45 to 60 days, right? So 28% correction, consolidation for a period of time, building up the energy for the next move higher, right? So are you chasing here, or are you waiting for the next buy the dip? But the higher time frames are showing that it is buy the dip season, and the 200-week moving average is starting to curl up as well. Just started. So breakout, higher low, breakout, higher high. That's Baidu. I don't ignore Solana. I, there's tens of thousands of assets, and I don't have time to cover all of them. What else? I mean, it probably looks the same as the other ones that I covered, and they all start looking similar, right? So if they all start looking similar, then I don't cover them all. Trade Nation. Daily chart is bearish. Weekly chart, yeah, it looks the same. So it's not that I'm ignoring it. It's just if we already looked at 10 coins that all look the same, right? Then not much to really talk about. Leveling. Not much to really talk about if it looks the same. We're very, 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 very similar. Qcoin. Do we have time? Yeah, we have a little bit of time. Qcoin. I mean, tell on Qcoin. No. Hold on. Let's reread this. Could this be a little try of a breakout for tell? Or was this just today Kraken listing? Hope you are doing good. Thank you, Girther. Thank you. Hope you're doing good. Well, it seems like you love Telcoin, unless that's somebody else that keeps asking for it. Is the weekly chart? Mm-hmm. Cool, cool, cool. So weekly chart is still bearish below the trend dots, but looks like it could be coiling up. Daily chart. Weekly chart. Yeah, it's still below the trend dots on the 2-week chart, weekly chart, 3-week chart, right? Monthly chart. So too early to say if a larger bounce is coming, but if this buy signal is a caution, just like this buy signal would have been a caution, just like this buy signal would have been a caution, just like this buy signal would have been a caution. So that's about it. Baba. Daily chart is still bullish. Weekly chart is still bullish. Uh, 2-week chart. Three-week chart. Monthly chart. Two-week moving average started to curl upwards back in September. So 3 out of 4 longer term targets have been hit so far. It's been a long time, and the fourth target still has not been hit yet. But it is trending that way. So if you take out this third target here with candle closes above it, then the probabilities will increase that we're going to go up there and hit target 4 as well. Flip target 4 in from resistance into support, and you could see higher prices. Maybe even come back up test here. Flip that, break that, and you could see a much higher move. Oh yeah, I don't know what the / u means, but you're welcome. You're welcome. It's not showing up. uh, okay, last one. Trox. What the heck is that? Let's see. Trox. Weekly chart. I mean, trade the chart first and foremost, but the earnings don't look great, right? Look awful. Daily chart is ultra bullish. Weekly chart is bullish. 2-week chart has a pending buy signal. So you can see where it flipped bullish on the higher time frames and still went all the way up, right? So probably going to retest the 200-week moving average, which it hasn't done, for nearly 2 years, not quite 2 years. Seems like a retest. Getting back above the trailing dots on the 3-week chart is positive. Could take some time, right? Closed above, another one, and then the push higher, right? So even if it closes above, could take like 105 days to retest it. Just as an example, the monthly chart looks kind of like it was back here, right? So it just takes some time still takes some time for the ship to get turned around for a retest, which means that the 200-week moving average would be down here. So if it took like a couple months, but with that, let's see, let's go back to Bitcoin. Daily chart, still right there. Could come back up for a retest on the trailing dots, like we talked about. So we'll see. This would be red, actually. It would not surprise me. That's where we're at right now. Anything else? I don't think so. I think I got them all. So with that, hope everyone has a good rest of your day. Thank you for smashing the like button, the commenting, and we'll continue to sniper the markets together each and every day that the market is open, that we can and are able to, and hopefully we do it right on time at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every single day, right on the dot as usual. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.